Human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights.
Women are not even accepted as human beings. They are treated with injustice and inequality. Women are denied. They are neglected, even in the developed countries.
The 8th of March 2025, a day to celebrate women, a day to honor their strength, a day to remind the world that no matter how many times patriarchy and misogyny try to silence them, they will not bow.
Men should listen to the women because we are the homemaker, we are the mothers, we are the ones that keep the men intact. Without women, nothing can be done.
Women have built nations. Women have led revolutions.
We have to recognize that girls and women are a gift. They have strength, and we have to unleash that strength so that they can contribute to the continent.
Women have transformed history, yet women in leadership continue to face oppression, suppression, and intimidation for simply daring to speak truth to power.
Power is the ability not just to tell the story of another person, but to make it the definitive story of that person.
One woman who embodies these fights is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan of Kogi Central.
I have before me a petition by a Nigerian citizen and a constituent of Kogi Central under the name
A fearless leader, a champion of justice despite all storms. A woman of unshakable integrity, she has never cowered before corrupt forces.
The petition is against the President of the Nigerian Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, for sexual harassment, abuses of office, and malicious obstruction of legislative functions of distinguished Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan.
She has never wavered in her duty to the people. But today, she faces one of the greatest battles of her career.
I did mention that my rights in the Senate there, I have been dehumanized, I have been maligned and all what. And that outburst, I believe that that's what the seat change was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Not for wrongdoing, but for standing on the rock of justice.
I remember when initially I asked why I was not sitting amongst my other first-time colleagues.
Yes.
And I was told that is because you resumed 6 months later. So it's almost like a punishment because I resumed 6 months later.
For exposing sexual harassment against her by Senator Godswill Akpabio, she has been unjustly vilified for speaking truth to power.
The suit of defamation, the suit that whereby the Senate President's SLA on new media, Mr. Patrick Mfong, sexualized me by addressing my attire as being transparent, and that the only thing I know how to do is to wear pancake. Hold on. Senator Kiriti Kingibe, Senator
Natasha,
and Senator
we're low on time,
3 women
please.
will send messages to me that they do not support the litigation.
Okay.
And none of them have called, apart from Senator Iriti, that called my husband to tell me to withdraw that suit and all that.
Okay,
and my
Natasha.
husband charged her that you were the same person who had come to the house to tell him that the ST
Natasha.
was hitting on his wife sexually. So
Okay.
why are you now against my wife standing up for her rights?
Okay.
She has been intimidated. For standing her ground, she has been suspended. This is not just an attack on one woman. This is an attack on every woman who dares to challenge oppression, intimidation, and brazen rascality by men in governance. This is the reality for women in leadership. When they refuse to submit, they are labeled as troublemakers. When they expose abuse, they are punished instead of the perpetrators. We say no more. We demand justice for Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. We demand the immediate reversal of the suspension of the people of Kogi Central from the Nigerian Senate. We demand an independent investigation into her allegations against Senator Godswill Akpabio and all others who weaponize power against women. We say a big shame on Senator Iriti Kingibe, a woman who has cowered and promoted gender-based violence in the Nigerian Senate.
It's not very difficult to exclude the women, and they do not exclude us. We get involved in as many things as we like to. And most of the time, yes, your party matters a little bit, but not seriously. Being cantankerous or disorganized is not my style. In fact, I think I have been quieter than I normally am because I was studying the Senate and the dynamics of the place.
And we demand urgent legislative reforms because a nation that protects predators instead of victims deserves nothing less than being delisted from the map of the world. To the women who refuse to bow to misogyny, to the women who stand tall despite the storms, this is your day. We celebrate you, we stand with you, and we will never stop fighting for you. Justice for Natasha, justice for all. Happy International Women's Day.